I'm James Purnell, President and Vice-Chancellor of the University of the Arts London. UAL's colleges were founded in the 19th century with a clear social purpose: to change society through our knowledge and creativity. And in 2003, when our colleges became a university, they continued to serve that purpose, and we do so still today, bringing beauty into people's lives, solving small, everyday challenges and big, complex ones too, adding value to businesses, big and small, through our creativity, and creating new businesses as well. Today, our social purpose is unchanged. It remains changing society through our knowledge and creativity. But if we are to continue changing society, we ourselves must continue to change. Over the past 2 years, a lot has changed in further and higher education. The pandemic was the greatest disruption to the sector since the Second World War. New methods of teaching and learning emerged, and at UAL, like everywhere else, we had to teach both in person and online at the same time. Through the amazing work of our staff, our students, we handled these changes well. We discovered new ways to serve our students, and we found a new hope from that success with online learning. A hope that in future we can reach new groups of students who currently can't come to UAL. The pandemic changed the world beyond higher education too. It exposed the vulnerabilities of our interwoven, connected world. Over the next decade, new technologies will continue to disrupt that world, and social movements like Black Lives Matter will aspire to change it for the better. We must be ready. I believe UAL has an important, vital role to play. Britain is a knowledge economy built on creativity. London is central to that economy and a bridge to the rest of the world. And UAL, based in London, will be its cornerstone. We will build that cornerstone on a simple belief: that creativity isn't for the few, that it's for everyone. UAL has been named one of the hardest universities to get into, and some institutions would be proud of that. Well, we aren't. We don't want to be known for our exclusivity, we want to be known for our inclusivity. So in this strategy, we have a simple goal: to bring the benefits of a UAL education to anyone who can benefit from it. That means creating a university that works for everyone, one that expands both access and quality. We can reach out to those too often denied access to a creative education. We can help build a more equal economy, and we can work with others to solve big challenges like climate justice. It has always been the task of creative people to imagine and prototype the future. And this is the essence of our new strategy. The world needs creativity. It has 3 guiding policies. They identify both the challenge and the opportunity for UAL. We also tasked 9 students with creating work which responds to our strategy, and you'll see their work in these videos and online.
Our first guiding policy is to give our students the education they need to flourish in a changing world. Creativity is a skill that is vital across the economy and society, and this is becoming more and more true. So to give our students the skills they need, we need to change our practice. This will give our students an even better experience, and they'll go on to create rich and rewarding futures for themselves and society. To do so, we'll invest more in our teaching and in student outcomes. We'll invest in networking and career support for graduates and alumni. And we'll make sure we achieve challenging goals for student satisfaction. We'll be increasing our vocational and creative technology offer to students. To do so, we'll review the size and shape of our portfolio. This will help us develop courses in the industries of the future and make these technologies available to all students. and will identify areas where we can contribute to lifelong learning. Our improved curriculum will be designed for students. It will give them the skills they need to tackle big societal challenges. And it will help even more of them to start their own businesses. Our curriculum will be designed with students. Our students want more choice and more control over the way they learn, and we'll work with them to achieve this. We're already making progress on our first guiding policy.
So the Creative Computing Institute at UAL is a place where computer science and creative practice come together in a really sort of interesting, interdisciplinary and applied way.
The diploma is an opportunity for any student at UAL to come to a specialist computing institute and to learn to code and to learn more about bespoke and sort of specialised technology.
It's between your second and third year of studies, or right after your third year, and basically you learn everything about creative computing from the ground up. So I learn about physical computing, which is like electronics. I learn about artificial intelligence and the ethics behind it. I learned about languages like JavaScript and how you can use it for like graphics. Also a little bit of like app development with Swift.
Everyone here comes with this notion that they probably either can't do it, they don't want to do it, and that they end up really loving it. Creative computing is what we specialise in here, and that is the application of computing, not the theory of it, right? So to come along, to apply it to things you love and do already, dance, painting, art, it doesn't matter. We're learning computing through doing what you love.
That you can do a specialism in fine art, textiles, ceramics, fashion, and you can come to us for a year, go back, finish your degree and graduate with a degree in your subject with creative computing. And that really addresses this idea of giving students the skills they need to kind of cope with a changing world. If you look at how radically culture has been shifted by digitalisation, computational practices, there are students that see the future of their practice through that lens, and the diploma gives them a space to do that within the UAL family.
I think most industries are including more technology and evolving in that sense, and the creative industries is definitely one of them. So I think now I understand better what that ongoing technological world is going to be like, and I feel more prepared to keep exploring and being part of it in the next years.
I don't need to explain to somebody anymore the benefits of learning code. 10 years ago, I'd have to spend time convincing people to do this. The power of being able to bring that specialist knowledge to your own practices, no matter what that is, really ultimately keeps you relevant in a world that is now, technologically driven. To take that to the level of being able to speak the language of computing, the true language, opens doors and opportunities vocationally nowadays that simply won't be open to you any other way.
Our second guiding policy is to bring a high-quality creative education to more students than ever before. There is a growing demand for further and higher education, and we must be ready for it. In the coming years, there will be a significant rise in the number of 18-year-olds, and as a result, HEPI predicts there could be 350,000 more students in England alone by 2035. This means greater demand, with 40% of it concentrated in London and the South East. Meanwhile, the CBI predicts 26 million people in the UK will need to retrain by 2030. And in Africa, India and South America, population growth means the average age is growing younger still. Just imagine what we can achieve if we reach more students here and abroad. Over the past 2 years, we've proved we can reach them, and digital technology has given us the means to do so. In the coming years, we'll expand our online courses. And we'll expand the number of courses we provide in our London colleges too. We'll in fact double the number of learners on UAL courses over the next decade. And we'll do this while continuing to improve the quality of our teaching, with the resources in place to support our staff. We believe every person, no matter who they are or where they come from, should be given the chance to study with us. That's why we'll aim to eliminate all financial barriers to studying on our courses. Income, geography, and physical and cognitive ability should not be a barrier. We'll be exploring the different ways we can do this, including sponsored places, scholarships, and bursaries. Finally, creativity, the capability we teach, is of huge benefit to every part of the economy. That's why we'll offer more short courses for people outside the creative sector. No such offer currently exists in the UK. Together, these objectives will make UAL more resilient in the years ahead. These are uncertain times and we need to diversify our revenues, and by doing so, we'll be able to improve teaching and fund our research. And we'll be able to expand access too. For every part of our second guiding policy, we're already on our way.
So the Insights is like the warm-up gig to a foundation or to an undergraduate. We go around schools, colleges, different organisations and speak to young people who might be interested in studying a creative subject.
The Insights programme is an outreach programme and it's aimed towards those students from underrepresented groups. So that can be anyone from a student who comes from a family where they might be the first generation to go to university, students from military families. So it really exists to give students that opportunity who might not in the past have had the opportunity to do so.
We have an eligibility criteria where we identify and work with particularly young people who maybe wouldn't pursue a creative subject or wouldn't know how to apply to university, and we're there to be an extra layer of support.
They kind of showed us what it would be like to apply for university and instruction how to do it, and that really helped me because my parents have never been to university and I had no clue what I was doing. So it was like a path to show me what to do to get in.
I knew that like from a young age I wanted to be a painter, right? But it's like 21st century doesn't really, when you're from like a socio-economic low background, there's a lot of opportunities out there, but you're not really exposed to them and told about them.
So Insights informed me about like various bursaries that I could apply to, and one of them was the Royal Television Society bursary, and I applied to it, ended up getting it. And through that I applied to competitions, and I actually ended up winning one, and I ended up winning an RTS award for it. So grab onto any opportunities that you can.
So we ready them with portfolios, with advice. At that stage, they have built up quite a good body of work that is university standard quality, and we basically hold their hand throughout the entire process to apply to university.
Often I meet young people in their schools, colleges to begin with, and I tell them about what it's like to study at UAL, but also what it's like to be an artist. Then if they like, they come along to spring school, and then might see them at summer school, and then autumn, winter, and autumn, winter is where they're starting to apply. And so we're like the fairies of the portfolio world and really help them build their portfolios.
At first they took us through like little sessions so we knew kind of what we were doing, showed us different courses, and that really helped kind of build my portfolio.
I was just basically looking for ways that I could continue education, but at the same time learn like myself and who I am. And I'd say like Insights definitely helped with that. There is still a major lack of like side-eyeing with the art industry. I just want to bring like awareness and let young people know like you can do whatever you want to do.
We know how important our surveys are at the end, that our students do have a fantastic experience at the university. And I think the end part, which is my own sort of place of interest, is what happens once we've done all of that. Has it worked? How do we evaluate that process moving forward to make it better?
So if we can inform and educate and inspire as many young people from different backgrounds as possible, then we've got even more opportunity to create an industry that's more representative of the world we live in.
Our third and final guiding policy is to change the world through our creative endeavour. UAL has always aspired to change society for the better. to see the world in new ways. And we have the opportunity to do even more. The world, after all, faces big social and economic challenges. Climate change will require massive collective effort to reverse. The Black Lives Matter movement continues to hold the spotlight on systemic racism. And in the UK, economic and regional inequality risks holding back our potential. On top of all of this, technology is making the world even more complex. It is the task of creative people to reduce complexity, to bring together pieces that don't seem to fit, and to assemble something new. We can use our creativity to work with others to solve big problems. Now, central to this approach will be our research and knowledge exchange. We will develop research and knowledge exchange with external partners and like-minded organizations across disciplines and industries. Through a new plan for research, knowledge exchange and enterprise, we will identify issues where we can make the biggest impact and create the infrastructure we need to achieve it. We're also appointing a new Chief Social Purpose Officer. They will work across the university to ensure we always live up to our social purpose. We will work within the sector too, expanding our influence through our alumni and creative networks. And finally, we must, at all times, tell our story to the rest of the world. We need to explain how creativity can make a difference. This will give our staff and students the opportunity to be heard. And it will help us make a difference by influencing others. It will help us share our knowledge so others can go out and use it. We have already taken big steps here too. Please join us on this ambitious journey.
Fashion is a vital manifestation of ourselves as humans in a more than human world. Fashion also is about challenging the status quo of what we think is right in the world. So Centre for Sustainable Fashion started out because we had a demand from students, from people working in business and from researchers to change the discipline, to change the livelihoods and also to change the ideas around what fashion is.
So we work with a huge number of different businesses and companies and organisations within the fashion industry. And the ways we kind of work with them are to investigate how to build sustainability knowledge, how to change the way they design or create products, how to change their industry practices.
We also look at ways in which we can have different kinds of projects that are short, medium and long term. At the moment we've got 26 projects that are all live.
And an example of this work is our MOOC. It's the first massive online course on fashion and sustainability that we co-created with our long-standing partner Kering. It's reached 86,000 learners across 192 countries. So it's really representative of the breadth that we want to really have awareness level projects are about reaching as many people and get people questioning what is happening in terms of fashion and sustainability.
We're looking at substantial work here and we've gone from being a very small organisation to one that actually permeates across the university, works with networks. There's probably about 300 people involved very directly in our current project.
So there's a kind of, I guess, knowledge exchange between what we learn from smaller brands and what we learn from bigger brands and how we can bring that together within the centre and within the university and spread that knowledge for students, for researchers and for the wider industry as well.
We really see multiplicity as an asset, so really working and embracing different voices is really important for us, and it's definitely something that we want to do more of outside UAL, in the UK and internationally.
And that for us is really exciting because it's an interactive process. We learn from them what's happening in their own situations as well as us sharing our knowledge and expertise and experience over many years.
I think that there is room for everyone to figure out what it is that they're good at and what that means for the purpose that they see, whether that's the brands we work with, whether that's my other teammates at Centre for Sustainable Fashion. We've all got to kind of figure out where the impact we can be making is and what that means for social purpose.
These are the three policies that will guide UAL over the next decade. They were developed in partnership with our staff and students, and we'll be working closely with them as we implement it. Together, these three policies will renew our social purpose. They'll give our students the high-quality, creative education they need. They'll increase student numbers to transform access. They'll ensure we remain a financially healthy university. And they'll fund, even better, world-changing research. We're launching this strategy to ensure UAL lives up to its social purpose, to change society through our knowledge and creativity. Whether you work with us or not, please join us in making this vision a reality, so that we can truly extend the benefits of a UAL education to anyone who can benefit.